Hello! I thought I'd take this opportunity to do like a proper video blog thing since Alvin isn't here at the minute. He's currently plummeting down from the sky with a piece of cloth on his back, which will hopefully stop him from going splat. But yeah, so I'm on my own in our new room. We just arrived in Taupo, which is a bit like Rotorua, but doesn't smell. And this is our amazing room. It's a lot better than we kind of expected, because we have lots of beds. Yes, I've made a mess already, but I had to unpack. And we have our own little loungy thing with sliding door. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but it was this or stay in the place that was full, which is kind of hard to do. So here we are. I have to excuse the hair as well. I've just had a shower. That's part of travelling. So yeah, we're in Taupo, which has this huge massive lake and does lots of bungeeing and skydiving and stuff like that. We had about 4 days in Rotorua, which wasn't too bad. I mean, the place stunk, but I think we kind of got used to it because we didn't really smell it the last couple of days. We had lots of walks past the geothermal parks and stuff like that, which is just basically lots of big stinking holes in the ground. And we had a bit of a walk around. There's a redwood forest just outside of town. We had a walk around there. The bus is turning out quite good. We've had they're only going one way at the minute, but it's quite easy for us to get on and get off in most places. We travelled down from Auckland to Waitomo, which had all the blackwater rafting and caves and stuff, glowworms, which was quite good. And now we've come down to Rotorua and then Taupo, and then we'll probably stay here for about 3 or 4 days and then move on to Wellington, which we're thinking of stopping in for a while and getting work because it looks like a nice place. But we'll see when we get there, I suppose. Or we might go straight over to the South Island, but looking in the wrong place. As you might recall from our emails, we had a game of tennis while we were staying in Waitomo, and we ended up breaking their ball. So what we've done is, when we got to Rotorua, we found a sports shop and bought some balls. So now we're on a quest to return these balls to Waitomo. But unfortunately we found out that the buses won't go directly north. We have to do a circuit of the North Island. So it's going to take us a while to get there. I suppose we could use the post, but that's just too simple. I like the idea of a quest across the country to deliver a ball. So that's kind of our purpose at the minute. Cramp. I've just travelled down as well from Rotorua to Taupo, and it was an okay drive. I mean, I kind of got used to all the long drives because I could just zone out, and I really enjoyed just kind of chilling there because, well, I suppose it's kind of my only alone time with Alvin around all the time. But it was still pretty good. We stopped off in several places. There was, the first place was a large mud hole, which was just like the small mud holes we saw, but still pretty interesting. And then we went down the road to the geyser, let me say it right, not geyser, which was pretty good. And I started filming that, but my battery ran out on my camera just before it started doing the big spouty thing. So I might have to nick some of Alvin's video for that, but that was quite good. And then we stopped off at this thermal park, which we had to run round because we stopped to get some food because we hadn't had a proper breakfast. And then we only had like 40 minutes to go around this park, which apparently takes an hour and 15. So we walked really fast and took lots of snaps so that we can look at them later, and still haven't looked at them, but it was quite interesting. We missed out the waterfall though. But then we went to this other place called Rocking Ropes, where there was basically this giant swing. You climb up this pole, really high, probably about 50 feet or something, I don't know, not very good at measurements. And then you basically attach a rope and you just swing. And we watched a couple of people from our bus do that. And then the last stop was at the Hooker, I think I pronounced it right, H-U-K-A, Hooker Falls, which we were expecting some big impressive thing, but they're actually quite small, just kind of fast flowing. And while we were there, this guy, apparently it's illegal to kayak down it, but this guy was just doing it anyway. and he kind of started at the top. You'll see a video, I think I recorded a bit of it. He started at the top and kind of worked his way down, pausing so his mate could take photos and pictures and whatever. And then he tipped over once after one of the falls, but got up straight away, and then he went down the fall at the end and he disappeared and we didn't see him, but we had to leave. But right before we left we kind of saw him with his kayak at the edge of the car park, so he apparently did survive. I went with the rest of the bus people who weren't skydiving to watch some people who wanted to bungee jump, and this guy was terrified of heights, but he insisted on bungee jumping with his girlfriend, and they did, credit to them, over this huge ravine. It was fantastic for them, I'm sure. Yeah, I was going to say something else, can't remember what it is now. While we're watching bungee, I got chatting to some people from our bus, and we might be going out for drinks tonight, I don't know. I've managed to lose a few items. I've managed to, well, Alvin managed to break the hip belt on my bag. Notice it now has no little clicky things, so I have to tie it around my waist, but I've kind of got used to that, so I'm not too bothered. And I'm down to 2 pairs of socks, one of which has holes in, so we're looking for a shop to buy socks from. And I lost a hat, so I had to buy this cheap, tacky tourist one. But apart from that, we're doing pretty good. So yeah, that's it for now. I shall say goodbye and see you in an email. Bye.